In case you're wondering, this is what traveling for 30 hours in a row looks like. This. Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, sorry again for the way I look. I literally got to my first hotel now and I am dead tired of the world, but I just wanted to say, let me see. I left my home at, I got my train at roughly 10 o'clock in the morning on the 18th. And well, now it's the 21st and it is, the 20th, and it's 5:30 at night here. And there's 13 now. So I've been up for about 36 to 38 hours straight. And most of that was spent in the air. And let me tell you about some of the experiences I had in the air. So my first flight, first of all, I took the train down to Ottawa, from Ottawa to Montreal. Very easy, perfect. Then I took that train. And, then I took the plane to Vancouver. Now, I don't know what it was. I was sitting there with another lady. She was in the aisle seat, and I was in the window seat, and we were wondering, ooh, maybe we're going to have, there's no one sitting beside us, and the plane's almost full. Maybe we're going to have that seat empty beside us. And bam, a guy comes and sits beside me. And he's in the middle seat. And he's tall and lanky. And of course, he doesn't put his backpack above. He puts it underneath in front of him, so his feet don't quite go under the seat. And now he's trying to hold his legs, like when you're down and like this kind of thing. He's trying to hold his legs like this, sort of. So he's hitting both of us on each side. And I don't know what was with him, but he was a twitchy guy. He couldn't sit still in his seat the whole time. He was rocking and back and forth like this all the time. Well, I wasn't watching anything on the screen in front of him or anything. Reaching into his bag 40 different times, grabbing one thing, bringing it out, pushing the bag back, bringing the bag back out, put that one thing back in, bring another thing out, and over and over. You just could not sit still the entire trip. And I said, okay, well, I'm not enjoying that at all. Then I told you about the story of our people in Toronto not being able to get going. But they finally did. We all met up in Vancouver. And we got to introduce ourselves and everything. And then we got on the plane. And again, this time, I'm again in a window. It's a 3-4-3 configuration. So 3 seats one side, 4 in the middle, 3 on the other side. Remember, I can't upgrade. I'm not allowed to upgrade on these group things. So I couldn't do business. I couldn't do premium economy. Couldn't do anything like that. And I guess I accidentally chose a seat that I was up against the wall, not at the far back of the plane, but there's a wall section there, and then to my rear on the right there's a bathroom in the middle of the plane. So I had a wall behind me, which means we could not lower our seats. Our seat would not go back, so we're basically sitting straight up the whole time. Great. That's going to be fun. So no amount of trying to get comfortable at all. Then to top it off, the guy in front of me, what's he do? Puts his seat right back. So I'm now sitting there with a seat about this far from my face, and I'm trying to see the screen, and I'm like this trying to see the screen. I can't sit my seat back at all. Basically, couldn't watch the screen on the TV for the entire 16-hour flight because this guy had his seat back the whole time. And because I was in the corner, I didn't want to disturb. There was a young lady beside me and another gentleman on her aisle seat. And they were trying to get comfortable to sleep and everything. And so I kind of put my neck pillow on and curled myself up on the one corner like this, and then I slept with my arms kind of straight down like this, so I wouldn't, take the seat. The middle seat's uncomfortable enough for people, and I didn't want them to run into any problems there. But I woke up, like I drifted off maybe 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there at various times during the night. Again, couldn't watch anything on the TV. Really made me angry. And my I woke up with a really sore shoulder because of the position I was in there. Well, that sounds bad enough, right? That was 16 hours in the air. The other flight was 6 hours in the air. So I'm already 22 hours in the air. And then we land in Singapore, and Singapore is not our first destination, but Air Canada does not fly to Kuala Lumpur. So we ended up taking Asian Air. But because we're arriving in Singapore and then going to Malaysia, we needed to fill in 2 visitor cards for arrival. One for Singapore because we're arriving in Singapore, but we leave right away. And then we fly to, Kuala Lumpur, and then we had to do an arrival card for there. Of course, we get to our landing in Singapore, and one of our passengers, for some reason, the airline didn't send their bag further than Vancouver. It was actually signed to only go to Vancouver and not go to Singapore, even though her tickets say to go to Singapore. So she's here without any luggage now, all the way. So she was doing some mad shopping in the airport, looking for stuff to bring with, toothpaste, toothbrushes, t-shirts, underwear, etc., etc. So we did that. Then we got on Asian Airline. And I must say, the staff and everything, like I like Air Canada, don't get me, I'm not going to say anything, but the staff were super polite, super helpful, walking up and down the aisle, putting bags up for everybody, every single person getting on the plane. There were 2 attendants helping them put the bags up and helping them find empty spaces. There was none of this, try and find a space. They were just helping people right away. So I thought that was pretty good. And then we had a little snack. That was my first thing I've had to eat since I left. And I got this noodles and wontons that was delicious. Absolutely delicious. Guys, American Airlines, Delta, Canada, WestJet, you guys got to step up your game because this meal was absolutely delicious. And, I was kind of worried about it at first, but no siree. And then we get here, and another member of our party, their passport isn't linked to that travel card that I just mentioned that we had to fill out twice. So we had another delay there, waiting for him to be able to redo it through security and customs and everything like that. But, hey, after all that is said and done, I'm here. Now, we did meet our guide, very, very nice lady, and she's going to be with us for 5 days until we head back to Singapore. But yeah, we already did a tour. Like, no sleep. We already have done a tour, walking tour in the heat of Malaysia here in Kuala Lumpur. And yeah, I am absolutely exhausted. But I'm loving the sights here. I'm loving the people I'm meeting. And yeah, it's just another Asian destination that just seems like people just have to get out and try. So stay tuned because I have a lot more videos going to be coming out. I'm still working on the Sun Princess stuff, but I've been flying and it's longer to edit all the footage that I've done on that. So that will be coming out sooner than later. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, folks, I'm going to get some sleep. And I really hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. And I'm going to have myself a great sleep.